There are places on Earth that seem to defy reality. Landscapes so surreal they could be from another world. In this video, we will travel through landscapes that seem like dreams and legends. Get ready to discover places that will stir your imagination. Bolivia's Salar de Uyuni is the largest salt flat in the world, covering more than 10,000 square kilometers. During the dry season, the Salar looks like a vast white plain that stretches as far as the eye can see. However, it is during the rainy season that the Salar truly transforms into something magical. The thin layer of water that forms on the salt surface creates a gigantic natural mirror that reflects the sky, creating the illusion that you are walking on clouds. This phenomenon is so perfect that the Salar is used to calibrate satellites due to its incredibly flat surface. This incredible landscape was formed from prehistoric lakes that evaporated thousands of years ago, leaving behind a thick crust of salt and other minerals. Salar de Uyuni is what remains of Lake Minchin, a giant salt lake that covered much of southwestern Bolivia during the Pleistocene period. As the climate changed, the lake dried up, resulting in several small lagoons and the vast salt flat we see today. Continuous erosion and mineral deposition have created unique hexagonal patterns on the surface, shaping the landscape over geological eras. For the local indigenous people, the Salar de Uyuni has great cultural and spiritual significance. It is a place of legends and stories passed down from generation to generation, many of which talk about the spirits of the land and the creation of the Salar. According to a popular legend, the Salar was formed from the tears of a giant goddess, Tunupa, who wept over the loss of her son. This story is an integral part of the region's cultural heritage and is often told to tourists who visit the place. In addition to being a world-renowned tourist attraction, the Salar de Uyuni is a crucial source of salt and lithium, an essential mineral for high-tech batteries. The Salar contains one of the largest lithium reserves in the world, and the extraction of this mineral is becoming increasingly important to the Bolivian economy. Mining operations are carefully managed to balance economic development with environmental and cultural conservation of the area. Visitors from around the world travel to Uyuni to experience the surreality of the salt flat. Jeep tours take tourists through the vast desert, where they can take stunning photos and feel the magic of the place, especially at sunset and at night, when the stars reflect in the Salar's natural mirror. In addition, the region offers other attractions, such as Zhangjiajie Island, covered in giant cacti, and the Sal de Manana geysers, which offer a spectacular view of the Earth's geothermal power. Zhangjiajie National Forest Park is famous for its spectacular rock formations that rise like giant pillars, many of them shrouded in mist, giving a mystical and surreal appearance. These formations, called sandstone pillars, are the result of millions of years of erosion. The frequent mist that surrounds these pillars adds an ethereal quality to the landscape, making it look like something out of a fairy tale or fantasy film. The park's unparalleled beauty attracts visitors from all over the world, especially after being one of the inspirations for the floating mountains in the film Avatar. These sandstone pillars formed over millions of years through wind and water erosion. The region was originally part of an ancient sea that receded, leaving behind sandstone deposits. Differential erosion, where harder rocks resist erosion more than surrounding rocks, has created these unique and impressive structures. The pillars vary in height, with some towering over 200 meters. The park also has a network of caves and underground rivers that contribute to the geological complexity of the place. The park is not only a geological wonder, but also a paradise for biodiversity. It is home to a variety of rare plants and animals, including endangered species. The dense forests around the pillars are habitats for many types of wildlife, such as the golden monkey and silver pheasant. The dense vegetation and rugged topography create a perfect environment for biodiversity to thrive, and scientists continue to discover new species in the region. Zhangjiajie offers many hiking trails and suspension bridges that allow visitors to explore and enjoy the unique landscape. Tianmen Mountain, with its famous natural arch and glass walkway, is another must-see attraction in the park. The glass walkway, suspended more than 1,400 meters above the ground, offers stunning views and an exhilarating experience for visitors. The park also has cable cars that provide panoramic views of the pillars and the forests below, allowing for accessible and comprehensive exploration of the area. The park's natural beauty has been a source of inspiration for Chinese artists and poets for centuries. Its inclusion as a UNESCO World Heritage Site has helped preserve the park and raise global awareness of its ecological and cultural importance. Additionally, the park's growing popularity, driven by its association with Avatar, has brought an influx of international tourists, promoting significant cultural and economic exchange. The Chinese government invests in infrastructure and conservation to ensure the park's beauty and biodiversity are protected for future generations. The Waitomo Glowworm Caves are known for their bioluminescent spectacle, where thousands of fireflies emit a bluish light, creating an effect similar to a starry sky inside the caves. This phenomenon is caused by larvae of the Arachnocompa luminosa species, exclusive to New Zealand. Visitors entering the caves are immediately enveloped in almost total darkness, broken only by the bright lights of fireflies. The sight is magical and impressive, creating an atmosphere that seems more otherworldly than our own planet. The Waitomo Caves were formed millions of years ago, during the Miocene period, when the area was underwater. The formation of stalactites and stalagmites is a slow process, the result of the deposition of minerals over thousands of years. The water that slowly drips from the caves carries limestone, which accumulates to form these spectacular geological structures. Over the years, the caves have been shaped by natural processes, creating underground passages, expansive rooms, and intriguing rock formations. The darkness and humidity of the caves create a perfect environment for fireflies to thrive. They use their bioluminescence to attract prey by creating sticky silken webs that glow in the dark. This hunting method is efficient and fascinating, illustrating the fireflies' incredible adaptation to their underground environment. The cave ecosystem is delicate, and the interaction between the species that inhabit the cave is crucial for its maintenance. In addition to fireflies, caves are home to several other forms of life adapted to dark and humid environments. Tourists can explore the caves through guided tour, which include a boat trip through the underground passages. During the tour, visitors are treated to a natural light show as fireflies illuminate the caves. Guides provide detailed information about the biology of the fireflies, the geology of the caves, and the history of the site's exploration. The feeling of floating silently on a boat, surrounded by an underground starry sky, is an unforgettable experience that leaves many visitors amazed and inspired. The conservation of caves and their fragile biodiversity is crucial. Ongoing efforts are made to protect the caves and educate the public about the importance of preserving these unique and delicate habitats. Conservation measures include controlling the flow of visitors to minimize human impact and constantly monitoring the health of the ecosystem. Environmental education programs and scientific research help to increase awareness and understanding of the importance of protecting this wonderful natural habitat, ensuring that future generations can continue to appreciate its beauty and uniqueness. Pamukkale, which means cotton castle in Turkish, is famous for its white travertine terraces formed by mineral-rich hot springs. The warm waters flowing over the terraces deposit calcium, creating cascading natural pools. The sight of these sparkling white formations, shining under the sun, is truly mesmerizing. The terraces look like a series of cotton castles or fortifications from which Pamukkale gets its name. Each pool is a marvel in its own right, with turquoise waters contrasting with the pure white of the travertine. For millennia, people have believed in the healing properties of Pamukkale's thermal waters. The Romans built the spa city of Hierapolis next to the springs, where nobles and citizens came to seek medicinal treatments. Thermal waters are rich in calcium and other minerals, which are believed to provide health benefits, such as improving rheumatic conditions and skin diseases. Hierapolis became an important healing center in antiquity, attracting visitors from across the Roman Empire. Travertine terraces formed over thousands of years as calcium-rich water emerged from hot springs, cooled, and deposited limestone. This continuous process constantly shapes the landscape. The geological process involved in creating these formations is fascinating and results in a landscape that is always changing. New terraces are constantly being formed, while old ones are slowly eroded. This constant dynamism makes Pamukkale a living example of geological processes in action. In 1988, Pamukkale and Hierapolis were designated a UNESCO World Heritage Site, recognizing their cultural and natural importance. Conservation efforts have been made to protect and restore the site, limiting public access to preserve the integrity of the terraces. UNESCO and local authorities work together to ensure that Pamukkale is preserved for future generations, maintaining a balance between tourist attraction and heritage conservation. This includes creating protected areas and implementing regulations to manage the flow of tourists. Today, visitors can walk barefoot on the terraces and dip into the designated thermal pools. The combination of spectacular views and the experience of being in a place with so much history makes Pamukkale an unmissable destination. Visitors can explore the ruins of Hierapolis, including the well-preserved Roman theater and ancient morgue, which offer a glimpse into life in antiquity. The hot springs continue to attract those seeking relaxation and healing, keeping Pamukkale's ancient tradition as a wellness destination alive. The Aurora Borealis, or Northern Lights, are one of the most impressive natural phenomena on the planet. This light show is caused by the interaction between the solar wind and Earth's magnetosphere, resulting in ribbons of colorful light that dance across the night sky. Auroras can vary in color, from greens and pinks to reds and purples, depending on altitude and the composition of atmospheric gases. The sight of these dancing lights, rippling and pulsing across the sky, is something that captures the imagination and leaves a lasting impression on all who are lucky enough to witness them. Norway, especially in regions above the Arctic Circle, such as Tromsø and Svalbard, is one of the best places in the world to observe the northern lights. Ideal conditions include dark and clear nights away from city lights. Norway's geographic location, along with its well-developed tourism infrastructure, makes it a perfect destination for aurora hunters. The Northern Lights season runs from September to March, when the nights are long and dark, offering ample opportunities for viewing. Auroras are produced when charged particles from the sun collide with gases in Earth's atmosphere. These collisions emit light in different colors, depending on the type of gas: green for oxygen and red or blue for nitrogen. The phenomenon is a stunning example of the interaction between solar activity and the Earth's magnetic field. The intensity and frequency of auroras can vary, with the 11-year solar cycle being most intense during the peak of solar activity. This fascinating phenomenon is the subject of study for scientists seeking to better understand the behavior of the sun and its impacts on Earth. The Northern Lights have fascinated and inspired cultures for centuries. In Norse mythology, the lights were believed to be reflections of the Valkyries' armor or spirits dancing in the sky. In many indigenous Arctic cultures, auroras were seen as messages from the gods or ancestors. These stories and myths still resonate today, adding a layer of mystery and cultural significance to the auroras. The sight of the auroras continues to inspire art, music, and literature, reflecting the profound connection between this natural phenomenon and human creativity. Northern Lights tourism is a growing industry in Norway. Companies offer tour to hunt for the lights, with experienced guides that increase the chances of a memorable experience. However, it is vital that these activities are conducted in a sustainable manner to minimize environmental impact. Efforts are being made to ensure that tourism practices do not disrupt local ecosystems or contribute to light pollution. Additionally, many tourism companies are committed to eco-friendly initiatives, such as using electric vehicles and promoting responsible travel practices. Socotra Island, located in the Indian Ocean, is known for its unique flora, including the iconic dragon's blood tree. This tree has a peculiar inverted umbrella shape and secretes a red sap, traditionally used for medicinal purposes and as a dye. The Socotra landscape is dotted with these trees, creating a view that seems straight out of a science fiction tale. The diversity of plants on the island is impressive, with around 700 species, of which approximately a third are endemic, meaning they cannot be found anywhere else in the world. Socotra's geographic isolation over millions of years has resulted in a unique biodiversity. Approximately one-third of the island's plants cannot be found anywhere else in the world, making it a treasure trove of endemism. The island's isolation has also led to the development of unique animal species, including several species of birds and reptiles. Evolution in isolation has made Socotra a living laboratory, where scientists can study evolutionary processes in a relatively pristine environment. Socotra faces environmental challenges due to climate change and human activities. Conservation efforts are crucial to protect its biodiversity and the fragile habitats of endemic species. Land use changes, overgrazing, and the introduction of invasive species threaten the integrity of the island's ecosystems. Conservation projects are focused on restoring degraded habitats, controlling invasive species, and promoting sustainable land use practices. Environmental education and local community engagement are essential components of these efforts, ensuring conservation is sustainable over the long term. Scientists and ecologists frequently visit Socotra to study its unique species and better understand evolution in isolation. Discoveries on the island have contributed significantly to the science of biology and ecology. Ongoing research on Socotra helps document the island's biodiversity, identify new species, and develop strategies for their conservation. Furthermore, the island offers unique opportunities for studies in evolutionary ecology, biogeography, and biodiversity conservation. For adventure seekers, Socotra offers an unparalleled experience. Visitors can explore alien landscapes, swim off pristine beaches, and dive among vibrant coral reefs. However, tourism must be managed sustainably to preserve the island's beauty and biodiversity. Local tourism companies are working to develop ecotourism practices that minimize environmental impact and benefit local communities. This includes limiting the number of visitors, promoting off-season tourism, and educating tourists about the importance of conservation. These places are a testament to how extraordinary and mysterious our planet can be. Each landscape reminds us that Earth still has much to surprise us with. Which of these places would you like to visit? Leave your comment below. And don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you don't miss our next adventures.